Tim, this is my response to your nationals video. So here we go. All right. I am a proponent of the single nationals concept. So you have one nationals, not IPSC Nats. I'm not including that, and I'm not including multi-gun, as you can see right here. Plus, you'd have one IPSC Nats and one multi-gun Nats. Those would be separate. But it would include all pistol divisions and PCC, and no, Limited 10 would not be a pistol division. It would be bye-bye. I have 24 stages, 720 competitors, of which 650 are paid, 804 competitors total with ROs concluded. Good Lord. It's too late. It's what, 12:54 in the morning, and I'm doing this with ROs included. 5 days total, Monday through Friday, with 4 days of shooting per competitor. So think World Shoot. You'll have 1 day off. And the reason I'm doing it this way is to make it a grander event. And of the 3 nationals I've shot, I've never gone to a vendor bay when I've had my time off because it's just a half a day and I have other stuff I'm doing, whether it's reviewing stuff or doing some dry fire or getting food and showering, whatever the case is, I'm busy. But with a day off, now I can come and actually talk to vendors and look at stuff, maybe get some stuff made. You're shooting 6 stages per day, so not a lot, but enough. You're doing a 3-2-1 format. So you'd have 12 short courses, 8 medium courses, 4 long courses. 84 ROs total based on that 3-2-1. The short stages only get 3, all the others get 4. So it's a Monday to Friday match, like I said. Friday to Sunday, prior to that, is staff match. So they're only shooting 8 stages a day over 3 days. Sunday would be check-in for the Monday to Friday match. That would be a 9 to 5 check-in. Monday, they could check in that morning from 8 to 11:30 a.m. Friday night, at the end of the match, you have a banquet and an award ceremony with a podium on site for awards and pictures. Why we don't do that, I have no idea. And that's not to blame anybody or point fingers. Why don't we have a podium with first, second, and third up there where pictures can be taken? And I don't get it. And caveat, annual membership meeting every nationals event on Tuesday night. Boom. How about that? See? All right. Let's talk about some cost savings. So with 3 nationals, basically everybody I've talked to, or the people that I've talked to, is basically 4 ROs per stage at nationals. So that's what I'm using the number on. Okay. But when you multiply that by 3, that's technically 216 ROs compared to the 84 that I'm looking at. So you're paying for 1,296 days of hotel fees with the 3 normal nationals compared to 756 days of hotel fees. What's the comparison? When you run 3 nationals, 3 different pistol nationals, you're looking at a cost of $64,800 total. I'm looking at $37,800. 360 days of per diem at $40 a day, $14,400 is your cost. Now, this is the one line item where it's actually a little cheaper. With the one nationals, it's 672 days of per diem, and it's $26,880. Now, let's look at travel stipends. When you're paying for 72 ROs 3 times, you're giving them a travel stipend 3 different times. You're tripling the cost. That comes with using $250 a person stipend. I don't know what it is. That's just a number that I have heard, so I just threw it in there. These can all be adjusted for what the actual costs are. I don't know what they are, and I don't know if anybody does because I don't know if anybody has seen the cost breakdown for nationals. But with the 3 nationals, that comes up to 54 grand. With the 1 nationals, it's 21 grand. 3 award ceremonies at 12,500 each, 37.5. I'm saying do one for 25K. Make it nice. Total with 3 nationals, just with those 4 things that I talked about, that's $170,700. $60,000 less with 1 nationals. Plus, what I didn't total in there because I don't know what they are, and this is confidential, which I have no issue with that being confidential, but 3 nationals, 3 different range fees at 3 weeks each gives you 9 weeks that you're paying for range fees. To rent that range, 9 weeks compared to 4 weeks maximum for 1 nationals. And if you look at the bottom, I've got another caveat there. I'm limiting the number of sponsored shooters for 1 nationals event to 70. That's still a lot, but that's it. 70 sponsored. So that means out of 720 shooters, competitors, 650 will be paying competitors. Now I'm having a Tom Castro vendor area. Yeah, this is a shout out to Tom because of the way he does the vendor bays and stuff at South Carolina Sectional. It's growing. They want to be there. That's what we need. So when you have your day off, you can go to the vendor area and do some of this stuff that I'm about to talk about. Make the facility you're going to a 24 bay facility and larger. I know it says or larger, but it doesn't have to have more bays, but it has to have space where you can set stuff up like a big vendor area. And then maybe some other areas where you can do some, if you come down at the bottom, some demo bays and side matches. Make it open to the public. Let's advertise this. Let's make it open to the public, at least this part of it. Make this part accessible to the public. Let them come and see vendors too. If the sponsors give a slot to a competitor, let's say Glock is one of your sponsors, okay? And you give them 3 slots and they give them away to, Shane's coming, Morgan's coming, and name another Glock sponsored shooter. Tino maybe. Well, all 3 of those must be available for 2 hours of one day during that week of competition. So the day they're not shooting, they need to be at the vendor area for 2 hours out of that entire day. So only 2 hours out of the entire day for meet and greeting with the public. Otherwise, if they can't make it for whatever reason, or they won't be there, they don't want to, then that is no longer a free slot. They must now pay for that. SIG, same way. SIG, huge sponsor. Let's say you give them 5 because they're the name sponsor. Okay. Then those 5 shooters, Max, Michelle, whomever else, Mason, whomever else is there, Phil, then they've got to fulfill that requirement. Now you have a way of getting big names in the vendor area. And part of that can be, this isn't my idea. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Corey Yates. I don't remember. I apologize. But someone said, shoot with a celebrity. And I was like, what? I'm like, Tiger Woods? What are you talking about? No. But Tim Herron has his headbox drill. Maybe you can go and shoot a headbox drill with Tim Herron. Maybe he gets a sponsor slot, and then that's what he does. He gives up some time to go and do that. Plus, it helps his business. Now you're growing the community within the community. How about a JJ, Max, Nils, Mason Lane, anybody? Who knows? But make the vendor area spectacular. Draw in more sponsors. Get them to show up, but make it worth their time so they have that. As you said, Tim, how do you increase their return on investment? Well, this is how you do it. You make a grandiose vendor area. Get Tom to work on it. My goodness, the dude's doing something right in South Kakalaki. All right, here's how I would award national slots. Top 25 of CO, because it is the largest division for popularity. They have more people competing in CO than all the others. The latest numbers, as I've said before, 35% are carry optics. It's come down from 40 to 35. Limited optics is now 21%. I'm giving them 20. Top 20 in limited optics get an invite. Top 20 of 25 of CO gets an invite. Top 20 of open gets an invite. Top 20 of PCC gets an invite. Top 20 limited invite. Top 15 of production. They're only 5% of competitors. Sorry, guys. But the top 15 still get an invite. Top 15 of single stack. Revolver's pretty tiny. I don't know that they even have 15, but we'll do top 12 with revolver. And this is where you talk to somebody like Jay Slater. Maybe you contract with him. Maybe he set something up. I don't know. But you base this on the ELO ratings of that calendar year. So I would be holding this like mid-October. That's what I'm looking at. One big nationals mid-October. So you're still well in front of, Thanksgiving and Christmas. You're not competing with that. That's a big time for people. But that October timeframe, maybe October 10th to 20th timeframe, is when you do this. From January 1 until you send these slots out, say July 1, then that's how you determine who is what. Plus, obviously, the previous national champion would get the invite as well. All right. Returned slots. So if you send out these slots, so we'll go back for a minute. You send out 25 CO slots. You're like, hey, all 25 of you are given a slot. If 20 of them accept and 5 do not, now they go into the general pool. Okay. Open registration is based on the ELO rating. So that means that general pool is now also based on a rating. So Joe Snuffy, brand new D class, he might still get to nationals, but he's going to be way down the list. It's going to be hard for him to get in. And that's not to punish him, but that's to give people who have put in the time and the effort, it gives them a better opportunity of getting in and being at that match. Only major matches are included, not locals. So you can't increase this is kind of like IDPA. They do something where you earn points at major matches. And when you try to get into IDPA nationals, your ranking on the list is based on the number of points you have accrued. Well, in this case, we just use the ELO rating, and that's what you do. Again, Jay Slater is the guy I'd be reaching out to do this. So those competitors who are given the invite, all of those top 20s, 25s, 15s, whatever, they have 30 days to claim their invite. At the end of that 30 days, day 31, it goes back into the general pool. They lose it. It goes into the general pool. I put 40 days after the open registration starts for the top 20. Then you open up general registration. You can change that. You can make that much shorter if you want to get it out quicker. But sometime shortly after that closes, you put all those into the general pool. You open up open registration, and people get slots from there on. So the president can award 3 slots. So that'd be 150 total slots that are awarded. Because if you go back here, when you add up the 25 for CO, 20 for limited optics, 20 for open, all the way down the list, that's 147 invites. The president can award 3. There's 150 total invites that go out that can be filled in that first 30 days. Everything else after that is general. It's open for general registration. Yet again, Dave Riddle only got to shoot 1 major this year, so I have a whopping 10 points in the ELO rating system. Well, everybody above 10 points is going to be in front of me in line. I just can't get one because my internet connection was better, so I got a slot before the system crashed. Okay? So let's talk about MultiUN and IPIC real quick. Continue farming out the MultiUN. Just make sure that it keeps going to knowledgeable folks. Count it for the Rifle World shoot. IPSIC Nats should rotate from one area to the next each year. This year was Area 2. Next year would be Area 3. And then the president of the organization and the Area 3 director, whenever he comes into office, determines the range facility, the staff, and they organize that and plan it together. Area 4 would be the year after, blah, 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 blah. But this also means the president only has 2 nationals to worry about every year. So he can really focus on that, the board meetings, and actually get his work done. And that's what I have, Tim. I know it's a lot. It's a somewhat of a long, short video, but this is what I would say. Me and you, Tom, I've got a couple other people I could that come to mind. I won't mention right now, but at the minimum, the 3 of us should get on one of these, do a live streamed roundtable discussion about this. So you guys let me know if you're interested, and if so, we'll set it up and we'll do it so people can watch and comment, and hey, maybe they'll make fun of us too.